She's always in the mode.
Overachiever already.
In the mode. All right, so let's get started here. We'll start out with this one. Mount Airy, North Carolina is my hometown, but it's hometown to what famous actor from the 1960s?
Andy Griffith.
Ah, she knew that. Nice, nice. All right, some say North Carolina was built on this agricultural crop. What would that be?
Would it be sweet potato?
No, but that is close. North Carolina is big on that. Tim? I'll let you.
Tobacco.
Tobacco is correct, yes. That's where Tobacco Road term comes from in the ACC. All right, Lexington, North Carolina, just south of us, is famous for what food? They have a big celebration there every year.
Barbecue?
Yes, yes.
All right.
Now for the fun ones. Ross, Chandler, or Joey? Your favorite Friends? Or were you not a Friends fan? That's okay to say.
Yeah, I wasn't a Friends fan. I had no clue who those
That's
people
fine. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Well, I might
I'm
be
more of
showing
a
my
Jerry
age.
George Kramer kind of guy.
Yeah, that's good. All right, unsweetened or sweet iced tea?
Sweetened.
Oh, that's good. I'll give you a bell for that one, because since you're from Jersey, that's unusual. All right, do you pronounce it pecans or pecans?
Pecans.
Oh, okay, interesting. You'll fit in quite well in the South. Saved by the Bell or 90210? Am I going too far back?
I'm going to go with 90210 just because of the history on the Eastern Coast.
There you go. All right, sorry. So hurricane coverage or tornado coverage? What's your favorite?
Hurricane coverage.
Me too. I like that.
I like that too.
You like that over tornado?
Yeah, we never get surprised by a hurricane. We know they're coming. Tornadoes can be a little bit hectic.
All right, quick one. Favorite cartoon character?
SpongeBob.
Yeah, that's good. Extra for that. I love that. That's
I like
very,
this
very
game.
nice.
I just want to do that.
Yeah, you guys. Hey, it's only for the host. We'll take a short break. We'll learn more about Monique. Tim's got some weather questions in just a little bit.
And then I get
more.
to hit the bell.
You do. Saved by.
That graphic, oh, is that going to switch down there?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
That'll still be max 1.
Oh, okay.
Max 2 is
It feels good outside. I'm right in the heart of the sunshine. Few clouds out there, but overall conditions feeling comfortable for this Friday afternoon. I mean, take a look at this time lapse. Earlier today, we had some sunshines, a mix of clouds, breaking apart, giving way to more sunshine, and ending out the day feeling good, just like it does right now. Take a look at our radar. Dry conditions entirely across the triad. Again, much of the activities well to our east, so we're staying dry for now. At least there is a possibility of a stray shower or even storm later today and then going in through the weekend. Here's a look at those rainfall totals through your Saturday afternoon. Kind of dry, but scattered in nature. So the models not really showing, the computer models we use here as meteorologists to figure out what weather you can expect to see. The models kind of trending scattered, so not everyone getting to see rain, but there is definitely some rainfall totals expected as we go through the course of the weekend. So the main points: hit or miss shower for your Saturday, warmer afternoon. Sunday, heat and humidity rolling back in with a chance of a pop-up shower and storm. I'll have more details on the forecast in just a bit.
All right, if you're like me, then you love history and nostalgia. I love that. Walking through an antiques or collectible store is so much fun for me. And we found a great one for you. Here's a sneak peek into Carolina Pickin'. That's Pickin', not with a G, in Mebane, courtesy of the owners, Don and Tony Whitfield. Hey, Tony and Donald, thanks for taking time out today. I got to tell you, I'm a big fan of these type stores with these collectibles and antiques. How did you guys get into this, Tony?
So, as little boys, we grew up in an auction, just seeing all the antique items and learning about the antique items. We studied them as kids, as teenagers, through college, and we really enjoyed it throughout the years and started picking while we were going through high school, and just kept going with it to today, almost over 20 years of it.
Donald, tell me, what is it like when you guys go out? How do you know where to go to find these items? I mean, you must be all over the place.
You know, it's funny you say that. I've actually pulled out a map many times, closed my eyes, and just pointed on the map, and that's where we went. We're sort of old-fashioned. I call it door knocking. See a family in the garden, or out picking flowers, or just working in the yard. We would stop and start talking to them, and if they had things, they would show us, and if we made a deal on it, that's how we done it.
Tony, talk about what's some of the better finds you guys have run across.
Advertising, it seems to be the big ticket items these days, and the reason being is it's very decorative. Young people love it, older people love it.
One of the best items I found was a Harris root beer dispenser. There's only 3 known, so that was I found that in Prospect Hill, North Carolina, and the couple was using it as a doorstop in their bedroom. So when I saw it, I couldn't believe it. I actually got in a bidding war with a plumber on the telephone over it. It was a very exciting day.
I love those type stories. That's incredible. Well, you guys have lots of cool stuff, that's for sure. We'll all come out and visit you, man. Thanks for what you do. Well, I'm definitely going to visit them. They are awesome. One of the things they said after we stopped the interview, and I was still recording, he said we found letters from a soldier in the 1860s writing this girl saying, I'm going to war, and when I come back, wait for me, because I want to marry you. And they found these in books that they bought for like a quarter at a yard sale, and when they opened the books, the letters fell out. So they have those framed, really cool stuff. So our producer Callie told me about this. I'd never been to this place. And then Callie brought these books in because this is some that she was going to sell. This is a Zane Grey novel. Anybody familiar with him knows that's from the 1920s. He wrote Westerns. And then this is Callie's grandmother. And I have to be very careful. This is her book. That is a Gone with the Wind printing from 1936. That is a well-loved and well-read book.
Wow.
That's the kind of stuff you find there.
Uh-huh. And for them, sometimes it's better to be just lucky than good. Right? Those letters, they were just lucky.
And they said they go door to door sometimes and they'll see somebody gardening in the front yard and they go, what do you think you have in your house that's valuable? See, this needs to be a reality show like the American Pickers thing, and we followed them around.
Oh, you never know what's in somebody's house.
Yes, and sometimes they come out and go, I think this is junk, and they're like, that's worth about $800, Very cool, very cool. All right, so I asked everybody on my Facebook page, do you have anything valuable or collectible in your attic or basement there? Bobby Odom says, I have more than one thing, but probably my favorite is an autographed San Francisco 49ers football helmet signed by one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. That would be Jerry Rice. Yes, that's probably worth something. Michael Lee says, I have a 1922 Liberty silver dollar. Coins are big around here, by the way, those guys said. And then Maeva says, a Victorian Bible stand, and then I have a Bible from the 1800s. So I want to know if you guys think you have anything that's worth something.
You know what, at a time, you remember when we were, there was like this big craze a while ago for the Buffalo nickels. I don't know, obviously they've been around for a while, but I think that the craze just kind of re-emerged. I don't have one, but I look for one all the time.
Mm-hmm. So my mom has like the old cigar boxes that my pop used to have his cigars in. And I don't see them anymore. Those old cigar boxes.
I'll bet you that's a lot of South Florida, you know, because
Maybe.
of the closeness to Cuba. Because I know when I worked in Tampa, there was a lady there who, even at that point, was in her 80s or 90s, and she actually hand rolled cigars in the factories back then, which is really cool. So I have a book, and it's from the 1800s, and it's a geography textbook. I have no idea what this is worth. I'm gonna take it to these guys. And when you open it up, the United States wasn't whole yet, like the Louisiana Purchase and all that. So it's only like the eastern half of the United States.
A whole different world right there in that book.
You got that right.
I love that they're showing all the signs too. I love those old-timey signs.
We got to go. We have to go too.
It's been a whole day.
But we're coming right back. Yes.
When we interact with others, we give them a part of ourselves. In today's U Day segment, Coach Lamont asks us to consider what parts of ourselves we're willing to share with others.
Did you know that there are 3 thoughts that we live by? First, we live by the thoughts that prevent us, that hold us back. Next, we live by those thoughts that pretty much cause caution in our lives. And the next, we live by those thoughts that tell us to go. Now, it's important on a daily basis that we're constantly asking ourselves, which fountain am I flowing from today? And what am I offering to other people? When we're conscious of these things and we're conscious of what we're giving to others, it is our job, our responsibility to inspire those who are around us. So before you pour out your mind to someone or share your ideas, your strategies, and your thoughts, it's important to remember that you're giving them something. So what exactly are you giving them? This is Coach Lamont reminding you to have your best U Day. I'll see you tomorrow.
This kind of reminds me, I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and she was telling me about her travel plans. And my response was, "This is so cool. I'm so glad you get to go." She goes, "Thank you for that response, because everybody else that I've told, they're like, I'm jealous and I don't want to hear about it." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Is that what they're saying?
I was like, "Ooh."
Well, it's the ripple thing, right? You know, we put the little drop out, and then your ripples go out and affect a lot of people, whether you know it or not. So positivity is never a bad thing.
Right, because it can be just that one quick, word, right? Good or bad, and then they carry it around through the rest of the day, and then they do that to somebody else, like you said, the ripple effect that way.
My mom always used that saying, you draw more flies with honey.
Honey.
Yeah, and that's true. You be nice to people and it comes back to you.
Absolutely.
This
All right.
one knows that better than anybody.
You know, funny you should mention
good.
that. I'll give you a quick tip. My mom says anytime you start a new job or you're meeting new people, always make cookies and bring it. And I did that on my first day here, and I still have people go, I remember those
remember the
cookies you
cookie
made."
lady.
I'm like, hey, sometimes, you know, sugar works.
Perfect.
I'm just saying.
Perfect. We'll be right back.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mic check. And I'll probably need a box.
Yeah, I'm everywhere. That's Chad. Or is that me? Check 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Of course.
I'm gonna leave this here.
Will you tell us where to stand? We're new at this.
We have no idea what we are doing. Now I can. Now I cannot. So if you just talk to me again, I can't. Now I can.
That's what I started out doing.
I guess so.
He was very excited. That's funny.
Welcome back to 4 to 5. I'm Tanya Rivera. Chad Silver's here. We're in the 4 to 5.
You're not in the future. This is not Two Wants to Know. We are taking control of 4 to 5. Eric Chilton is also here, and some other special guests. We're going to get to them in just a moment.
That's right. We're going to start, though, with the Wolfpack's College World Series game was delayed today, and this is because some NC State players tested positive for COVID-19.
Yeah, let's bring in WFMY News 2's Amanda Ferguson. Amanda, this has been developing all afternoon.
Chad, Tanya, it's been a day of scrambling for NC State baseball. Just as today's game was about to start, COVID-19 issues were circulating around the team. NC State putting out a statement saying, quote, an undisclosed number of players from the team have been put into COVID-19 protocol and will be unavailable for today's game. NC State, the NCAA, and appropriate parties are working together to monitor the situation. According to the NC State's lineup, 4 starters are out. One of them includes Northern Guilford alum, State starting second baseman JT Jarrett. According to ESPN, he has tested positive for COVID-19. The team has not made that official, though. The game was delayed about an hour, the first pitch getting underway at 3 p.m., so we're still in action right now. 13 players available for the Pack. NC State is only 1 win away from the College World Series finals. At last check, they're trailing 2-0, about to start the top of the 5th.
All right, let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup now. First up, the big story of the day. A judge has sentenced former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin to 22.5 years in prison for the murder of George Floyd. Judge Peter Cahill said he considered the prosecutor's request for 30 years, several aggravating factors, and the defense request for a lesser sentence. He also read and listened to victim impact statements from family and loved ones. At least 4 people are confirmed dead and 159 people are missing after that condo building collapsed in Florida yesterday morning. The lawyer for the building's condo association says the building was going through a 40-year recertification and nothing seemed to be out of the ordinary. The 12-story structure in the Miami area had 136 units. 55 of them were involved in the collapse. It's still not clear what caused it. And a pregnant woman is still missing on the Dan River tonight, and the search has been called off. They've been searching for Teresa Viano for the past week. She was one of 9 people who went over a dam last week. 4 people died, 4 others survived. Since the accident, Duke Energy has installed larger warning signs to alert people of the dam ahead.
All right, green stuff. You've got money, and what do you do with it? You put it in the bank. Maybe it's a retirement fund, money market account, stocks, because what do you want? You want your money to grow. Okay, this is pretty standard, folks, right? Over time, you hope that your money...
Doubles, triples, quadruples, what's 5 and 10 and 30?
All those things.
I don't know.
Gazillions. Right, okay. So if someone promised you that they could double your money immediately...
Scam.
Yes.
Yes. I was going to say, you jump right in.
You jump at
You
it.
jumped right in.
I'm
And
kidding.
no, but see, that's the thing, because the danger sign should start flashing in your head, right? But sometimes we bypass that danger because we're like, ooh, what if it actually is true? The hope of the money makes you think funny things. All right, the Federal Trade Commission says Americans have lost more than $80 million in cryptocurrency investment scams between October and March. That's a 1,000% increase from the previous year. Now, the most common kind of crypto is Bitcoin. Here's how many of the scams work. It all starts with an online pop-up or an app.
It requires you to give them your cryptocurrency. Often what happens is that poof, the cryptocurrency is gone when you try and remove it from the investment fund.
Of course it is. Scammers also send emails posing as celebrities, including well-known crypto investor Elon Musk.
And saying, if you give me some cryptocurrency, you can be entered into a drawing to win a whole lot more cryptocurrency.
This particular scam and the story, it focuses on the cryptocurrency, right? But this kind of scam, this is like as old as time. Right, promising to double your money.
Right.
But you're right, that lure though, when someone says you can do this, you know, you double it and then you'll carry out, it plays to your weakness.
And we hear people call 210 all the time.
All the time, yeah.
Talking about things. And I wish that 100% of the people in the triad watched us, because then no one would ever become
a victim of a scam.
Right.
Yeah, because unfortunately we hear it all too often, and unfortunately both of us are having to tell them, I'm really sorry, but I can't get your money back because the people are gone. So information and awareness, those are keys to keeping you out of all kinds of hot water, including this next thing here. That's right. For instance, can an employer require a vaccine when you apply for a job? This is, a question that we didn't have to ask last year, but we're asking it now. Is it legal? Well, we have 2 experts coming in at 5:30 to answer your questions. That's not the correct graphic there. I do want to let you know that you can call, though. They're going to be here from 5:30 to 5:45, 379-5775. Text us your question. We don't want you wondering about things. We want you to know about things.
Whatever your plans may be for this evening, let's say a date night, a baseball game, it's a good night for them. I mean, weather conditions even right now for a late day walk, go out and enjoy it. Our radar showing much of the activity well to our east, the triad staying dry, and for tonight could possibly have a stray shower or even storm, but for now at least it's dry, so get on out there and enjoy it. Tonight the numbers falling to some upper 60s, scattered clouds for you. Tomorrow though, the warmth, the humidity back on the horizon for the triad. We're going to be feeling sticky heading out the door. So for those of you who may be flocking to area beaches, I wouldn't recommend Saturday. I would really go Sunday as the numbers cool down, but the rain chances are on the lower end, at least there for Myrtle Beach. Riding up along the East Coast, Wrightsville Beach looking at a low 80, but again, the rain chances staying on the low side for your Sunday. Not so much for Saturday, that shower activity staying around. So recommending, if you're going to any area beaches, sticking around for your Sunday, not so much going on Saturday. The rain chances staying low for your Monday, Tuesday, but the heat and humidity is definitely going to be in the forecast. Taking an eye on the tropics, as we do have a small chance of development with this particular particular storm system, but overall weather conditions are shaping up to be good for the next 7 days, good at least for June. Heat and humidity is definitely in store, the numbers in the upper 80s.
Oh boy, we have shared a lot of heavy news over the past couple of weeks, and so it's time to take a breather.
Ooh, I like it. He just wanted to do the bell.
I've been waiting to do it all day.
I know, it's so much fun. We wish we could invite you at home to also do the bell. One more time. Okay, anyway, WFMY News 2's Megan Maleris makes it her mission each week to find all the good, bringing joy to you. One more time.
Let's start your weekend with a glass half full outlook on life. It's really easy to get caught up on all the negativity in the world, but there are blessings all around us if we just know where to look. I asked you on my Facebook page, Megan Maleris News, to tell me something good, big or small, that happened in your life recently. Heather and her fiance set up their new grill and made hot dogs. Time consuming, but worth it. Bill had a big payday. Melissa got married June 12th. Shelby saw a granddaughter again after so many months. Nikki got blue lowlights just because they make her happy. Robin's husband had a successful hip replacement surgery. Alex is on a journey to stop smoking. Joe and Debbie welcomed their third grandson. Carol got a visit from her daughter, son-in-law, and granddaughter from New York. Lori flew to Arizona to see her daughter and son-in-law. Sandra has been spending more time with her youngest grandson. Judy had her first cataract surgery and everything went well. Glenda is thankful for a much-needed vacation with family, saying COVID was tough on everyone. And Diane is so happy to see smiles on people's faces every day. They remind her of the wonderful world we live in.
Hey, we have something good to tell you on this Friday. It's another lightning round. That's not what's good, though. Yeah, that is fun, though. But you have to get to meet our newest member of the weather team. Monique Robinson is here today. How are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here. It's nice outside. Can't complain.
Not bad.
She brought the nice weather. It's been pretty good the last couple weeks.
The low humidity, I brought it, y'all. I brought it.
Okay, well,
Perfect.
It's got to stay.
Perfect. All right, North Carolina trivia test time for it. And she did not get these answers ahead of time. Here we go.
Ooh.
Famous donut company based in Winston-Salem.
Krispy Kreme.
Oh, she knew that. It was easy. What triad city was this is a tough one. Don't you think this is the hardest one? This is the one that you said.
Oh, that's hard.
All right. What triad city was the birthplace of Vicks Vapor Rub? That is a tough one.
Winston, Greensboro?
Greensboro is
Hey,
good.
all right.
We'll take Winston Greensboro. That works. What was the name of the Greensboro drugstore where the sit-in movement began?
Ooh.
That is a tough one.
I'm not even going to say it.
It's Woolworths. Yes, Woolworths. Okay. What is the name of, now this is a really hard one, I think, but there was a diner in Mount Airy that's real that was mentioned several times in the Andy Griffith Show. They're famous for their pork chop sandwich. Ooh. If you know this one, you get extra bell ringing.
I'm sorry, guys.
Well, that's a tough one. Do you remember that one, Tim?
Let you down.
I think it's the snappy lunch
That's
counter because Tanya's snapping behind me like this.
Tanya's up there snapping away. Yes, it is snappy lunch. All right. What triad town will you find the big chair? It's a huge
High
chair.
Point.
Oh, close. That's
That
very
was
close.
a very good guess.
I should let that go because that is the furniture city. You're right.
They
It's
got the big
Thomasville.
drawers.
Yes, that's
the
right.
Dresser.
Yep. I'm going to let that count.
What was the correct answer?
Thomasville.
Thomasville.
You
Right
need to go
down the
Oh,
road.
like the Thomasville furniture?
Yes.
Is it named
exactly.
after them?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Learn something. I have Thomasville furniture.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. All right, in what triad town did American Idol star Chris Daughtry live when he became a star on American Idol?
Oh, I'm
He
not,
lived here.
not sure.
You want to take a guess?
Charlotte?
No, triad town.
Oh, triad.
There's two answers that can work for this, though. Take a stab.
I have no clue.
You remember?
Is it Gibsonville?
So it's Greensboro, but he also
Greensboro.
lived in Oak Ridge
Oak
for a short amount of
Ridge, Oak
time,
Ridge.
too. All right, last one. What
Guilford
fabric
boy.
was mass-produced in Greensboro in the early days, providing the financial foundation for the city? What type of fabric are we known for?
Is it textile?
Well, it's textiles, but what type of fabric?
That's too spicy for me.
Jeans.
Like
Jeans?
Wrangler
Denim.
jeans.
Denim, yes. That's still good. You did better than most people would do, that's
I'm
for sure.
impressed.
I tried to study.
We got blue jeans and
Nicely
pork chops
done.
and donuts and the whole deal.
Now I'm starving as usual. We'll be right back. Stay right there. More ahead.
Vapor rub.
when a loved one dies, cleaning out their belongings, it just brings up a whole lot of memories. Some good, some hard to deal with. You know, you pack up their favorite shirt or a dress that they're wearing and maybe a photo that you remember.
Right, and it can seem like you're actually packing away those moments, but Maddie actually talked to a Surrey County woman stitching them back together through memory baskets.
I get home at 5, a little after each day, and I start sewing right at 6:30, right around there, and I try to wrap up about 10.
Memories are like thread, sewing life together. It's what Christy Bledsoe Brady uses to weave precious moments.
What I do, if someone has passed away, I take their clothing, maybe a favorite shirt, favorite pair of pants, favorite dress, and turn it into a basket. I take it and I cut it up and mix all the colors together and shape it into whatever shape they want.
For 4 years, Christy, a self-taught seamstress, has been preserving memories. It started as a way to comfort a friend.
Her mom had passed away, and it was the second Mother's Day without her.
Her gesture became a hobby that soon turned into a business. Now it's an extension of her heart.
To me, a part of me goes into each basket, and I feel like when I give those back to them, you know, they get their family back. You know, it's not stuck in a closet somewhere where they can't see the clothing. They can look at that basket and see their family whenever they want to and bring back a great memory. These right here are 2 special ones. These were her headscarves that she wore while she was going through cancer treatments.
Each basket holds a story of strength, service, even sisterhood.
I had a lady to send me clothing of her 19-year-old daughter that passed away. She was diagnosed with lung cancer and lived 3 weeks after being diagnosed. And her youngest daughter was 10 at the time, and she's getting married this year. And we made a basket out of her clothing, out of her sister's clothing, to give to her, and we used her handwriting.
And Christy says she feels blessed to be a part of keeping their stories alive.
You get to know these people, know their families, know their stories, and you become really close to them. Start crying. It's hard to describe. My heart goes into it. Yeah, I want them to come out. I want them to come out amazing for the family.
Christy did just that for me and my family not too long ago. My granny passed away last year, and just a few months later, I was smiling through tears when I received my memory basket. It's made from the clothes she was wearing and one of my favorite photos of her, smiling through the rain, being her hilarious self, and taking in every moment of life. It's even complete with a sample of her handwriting, a card she signed for me. Love you, Granny.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that all those tags you saw, she scans in their signatures or whatever they can pull from old letters and things. They use that for the tag, so it's really cool.
That's incredible. Cool. And you know, we've all been there when you've lost a loved one and you go to clean out their things or do something with it, and you don't know what to do with it. For example, a perfect shirt. You don't just want to leave it hanging in the closet, but you also don't want to get rid of it. So I think this is a great opportunity to recycle it and do something good with it.
My husband's family lost the grandfather. He turned 100.
Wow.
And he recently passed away. And so my mom made pillows out of all of his shirts. So there's like a little pocket, you know, that, you know, snapped and that kind of stuff. And each one of the kids has a little bit of grandpa.
That's perfect. In fact, after Maddie showed me this story before we aired it, and I called my brother and sisters and I said, does anybody have anything of mom and dad? And my sister goes, I have a pair of dad's pajamas and mom's pajamas. But she said, but I don't want to get rid of them. I want to keep them. But I thought that's what I want to do is get I think this is an incredible idea. She is healing people with every single gift.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, I don't even know what else to say because it's just such a cool idea. And think about the smells. You know,
that's
like,
what I thought of.
I mean, everybody's got a smell, right?
It's true.
And so, I mean, to be able to hold up a basket and smell it and to smell that loved one.
And I love the handwritten thing because I keep all the cards from like my mom and my dad and my grandparents and all that kind of stuff. And to see that their writing would live somewhere, right, that I could see all the time would be great. Yeah. All right, right now we are going to Breaking news right now. The family of George Floyd is reacting to the Derek Chauvin sentencing. We do want to listen in.
Philando Castile, you know, his mother is still fighting. Thinking about Dante Wright. Many families I had to console. You think about Anthony McClain. He was killed. All of these people were shot in the back, most of them. The fact that I'm here and I'm still standing, and over a year later, I'm still speaking and I'm speaking out. Times are hard. I have a family, we wake up every day and we don't see my brother. Empty seats all around the house he would have been in. The fact that Gianna will grow up knowing that her father had made a difference in the world, but the fact that she cannot have a sweet 16. She cannot have him walk her down the aisle. She would not be able to have prom with the daddy dance. This is not something realistic. This is something, it's like a dream, but we all need to stand up for what is right.
All right.
All these activists and all these advocates, I thank you all. Definitely I thank you all. Because if you all didn't speak out, we wouldn't have had a lot of help. But the fact that the world, you got to think about Japan. You have to think about Germany. You have to think United Nations. You have to think Italy. I have so many different people I spoke to, Africa, all around the world, and they all think the same way. Your skin color should not define who you are.
Amen.
It should never be a weapon. And the fact that we're here standing today, still breathing, we're still fighting. Reverend Al always said, keep fighting.
Keep fighting.
And that's something I can't stop. I want to tell Miss Carr, I love you.
Yeah.
I know it's hard. That's Eric Garner's mom. I want to tell Breonna Taylor mom, I love you. Pamela Turner, I know it's hard. I want to tell Pamela Turner, that's Baytown, Texas.
Yeah.
This is not okay. Her daughter is walking around, and I know she's in tears every day thinking about her mother. Her mother was killed in point blank range, shot multiple times. So many different people all around the world who didn't even have this type of technology. I just want to reiterate, not just Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. We need to stand up and fight. Can't get comfortable, because when you get comfortable, people forget about you.
Amen.
So the legend will still live on. George is not here, but his spirit lives here. Breonna Taylor is not here, but the spirit still lives here. Eric Garner is not here, spirit still right here. But the fact that we're here fighting, I want all you all to stand up and fight. Thank you all so much.
And next we're going to...
And you were just listening to the family of George Floyd react to Derek Chauvin's sentencing. He was sentenced to 22 and a half years in prison. We're going to continue our coverage of this case and speak with experts later on WFMY News 2 at 5:30. We'll be right back.
While we've been enjoying the cool air here at home, our friends and family over in the West Coast have been dealing with a stretch of heat. And as we go through the weekend, praying for them as dangerous heat conditions will continue. Here at home, we're feeling quite cool, especially in locations that have already seen some rain. The shower activity staying well to our east, and dew points staying on the low side, but riding around the humid and oppressive range as we go through the course of the weekend. Shots looking gorgeous to end out this Friday across the area. Now stay tuned for WFMY News 2 at 5 for more.
Hey there, 123 News 2 at 5. After this, one.
Hi there, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island.
Hi, Callie, 123.
$2 cents, none. Mic check 1, 2, 3.
No chance for Luca Tress to catch it from NC State.
Hi, mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool.
Where nearly 100 people plan to gather here at High.
We are on top of breaking news right now on WFMY News 2 at 5 o'clock. Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin is sentenced to 22.5 years in prison for the murder of George Floyd.
The sentence fell short of the 30 years prosecutors requested. Before Chauvin was sentenced, members of Floyd's family got a chance to speak in court. Here's George's brother, Terrence.
On behalf of me and my family,